Listen up, Rangers! Welcome to Super Unimportant Reviews! My name is Shin.
And my name's Red. And my name's Steve.
Wait, what are you doing here?
I'm here to say... I hate to do this, but you guys are canceled.
What? Did you hear that?
Yeah, I sure did. You know, it's bound to happen eventually. Yeah, especially since that channel doesn't really make any money anyways.
Yeah, fair point.
If I had a cup, I'd pour one out for my homies, but I don't have one, so... if you know what? I feel bad now.
As you should.
You know what? I'll make it up to you. If we get enough people that chime in that they would like to see this spec happen up over on the Geek Chest, here anyways is what I mean, definitely would be very cognitive to the idea. Especially maybe doing this as another like Patreon exclusive that would pop up on the channel at some point. Possibly replace one of the videos for the week. So what you're saying is we still have a chance.
Right. Steve's words are about as reliable as a PT Cruiser.
Hey, it's not really that inaccurate, to be fair. So again, if you guys would like to see these guys pop back up on this channel, just again, make sure to leave a comment below. Liking the video would also help quite a bit as well. And definitely try to make it a thing again. Listen up, Rangers! Welcome to the Geek Chest. My name's Steve, and we are bringing it back, well, relatively old school. With what this channel was initially kind of founded on with some NECA Pacific Rim figures. Which, what we have here is the Ultimate Gipsy Danger. I think the only figure we've never reviewed, because I never bought it. Until recently. Good buddy Rez was selling some of his collection, had one of these, decided to snag it off of him, just to kind of just round out some of the things that I was missing. Now granted, well, I guess technically there's some alternate variants of, there's a couple of Gypsies I don't think we ever actually did a video of, because I know there's the one with these things. Where he has the shipping containers, and we never got that one. So, actually, we are missing one. Which, sadly, like, for this being Ultimate, didn't come with all the accessories, which I think makes me a little sad. Like, at least the shipping containers would have been kind of cool. But, essentially, what this is, it gives you everything that you need for a Gipsy Danger. Not, like, scene-specific, but, like, everything if you wanted to pose it with your other kaijus. Yeah, you're pretty solid with this guy. Then it also has a light-up feature, which none of the other Gypsies really had. But anyways, I guess we're just going to get into it. So without further ado, for the packaging, you got Gipsy Danger on the front here. Easily my favorite mech of all time. Gives you the stats of the mech, his kaiju kill count, some information there. Then just more stuff on the side. Back of the package shows you some of the things. He's got improved articulation, interchangeable forearms. He lights up, shows you where the button is. I think there's a toy here with Photoshop. Actually, no, I don't think. Kind of looks a little too artsy. But other than that, you can also open this up, which I still really love the old Pacific Rim packaging, because it has kind of like that docking bay look. You get the city in the background, and then the schematics over here I always thought was really sweet. But anyway, since we got him opened up out of her car, or I guess her opened up out of her cardboard prison, let's get into it. So now that we got Gipsy Danger opened up out of its cardboard prison, first and foremost, it actually comes with quite a bit of accessories, which was one of the fun things about collecting NECA Pacific Rim figures, especially the Gipsy Dangers, because it was like, over time, if you bought enough Gipsy Dangers, you eventually got all the accessories that you ever would need for it ever made. But it was a rough get-go right off the bat, because it was like, you had the first one, which kind of didn't really come with that much. You had the Battle Damage, second one, didn't really come with that much. Then you got the other ones, doesn't really come with that much. Probably the best one I'd say before this one was the Hong Kong Brawl Gipsy Danger, which is the one I still currently own. That came with the giant freighter ship. That one's super sweet. This one, on the other hand, like we mentioned, this one's more, I guess, like standard action figure S, where it's not meant to be like a scene specific, but it comes with just general accessories. Well, for instance, you got the plasma cannons for the hands. You can swap out. You get both of them, which is nice. So you can swap out both sides. You get the chainsaw blades, which are together. I wanted to say retracted, but I know that's not quite the right word, which is a little bit different than what we got with. I know the battle damage, it was actually like extended out, and that was kind of like the floppy form is what you got. But this one you get the full blade. And then probably the most exciting piece is you get the Reactor Blast here, which I think only came with, I'd have to go get the package, but the Toys R Us exclusive, the one where he goes into the other dimension. But for this accessory, this one just kind of goes into his chest. But you kind of got to line it up for the most part. But once you get it in, a little crooked. Better. And then on the side of the chest here, you get a little button. Yeah, push the button. Then bam! Got Gipsy Danger doing reactor beams. Sadly, we didn't get the kaiju that this would have been perfect for. NECA. But still. Turn off one of the lights so you guys can kind of get the overall effect, and then you take it out. But really sweet. I feel like it's pretty much the biggest selling point to getting this figure is that it has the light up core, which I think is great. Now, it would have been maybe kind of cool to get an extra little LED inside of the head. That would have been neat, not gonna lie. But still pretty sweet nonetheless. And then the extra accessories were also a nice welcome to this figure, especially being an ultimate. Though it would have been kind of cool to see some more of the more unique ones. I think they still could have tossed in, especially since they already made it. It would have been kind of nice to maybe get that crushed frigate. Same with the extra hands to go along with that. The open hands would have been good, or even the little shipping containers. To be honest, I'm kind of surprised we didn't get the extra hands, because you just get clenched fist and gun hand. That is actually a little weird. But I think for the price point back in the day, because this is when the figure started jumping up a little bit, this still isn't too bad. But as you guys can see, the forearm blades just go into the wrist here. There's a little peg hole right there. And you just kind of wiggle it in. So now you got Gipsy with the chainsaw blades ready to cut some kaiju. I will say, it does say that it has improved articulation. I'm not really seeing it. It's got a little bit better of an elbow bend. I will state that this is actually its own little thing up here too. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't really played with this guy that much since I bought him. He's been kind of just hanging out down here in the basement, and decided to finally like sit down and really mess around with it, because it does have the shifting bicep here, so that you can kind of get a better bend out of it if you wanted. And then if you want to swap out the arms, right here, it's on a ball joint. I'm kind of scared to do this, because he is an older figure. Did I lose something? I saw something go that way. I think I saw something go that way. Swords flying off. I think we're good. I think it was just dust. I'm not seeing, because this is the only piece I think that could have flew off. Alright, well anyways. Now it's just finding the matching corresponding arm. I want to say it's this one here. Makes the most sense to me. And then when you get it on, it does actually help to heat these up prior, is what I would generally recommend doing. Oh, this can be frustrating, because you want to kind of keep the joint straight when you're going into it, but this kind of likes to wiggle. It also doesn't help that there's a little bit of added They added some extra little bumps for to give it more friction. Ooh, it's got a rotation at the top of the bicep. That's fancy. Got him shooting backwards. Well, that definitely helps a lot. But it does give you quite a bit of play. You get your pew-pews. Got the light on. Pew-pews. Overall, the paint job is also still very nice on this, where you have some white paint here for the lights, for the top of the metal plates here. The head looks good. It's got a gold finish. Turn off the light real quick. Gold finish to the visor. You got the red strip. Like, for the most part, they pretty well nailed the paint job down on this, because you can get more whites here for the lights. Maybe a little splotchy on that part, but not too bad. You get some gum metals for the vent ports here. Got the 34s on the shoulders. Got some more yellow paint on the side there. Back thrusters look good. They even dry brush over top of the vents. Gives it some nice texture, added detailing. Got the stripe on the back here. To be honest, this is probably the best detailed Gipsy, because you even get some of it down here too on the legs as well, with that red stripe on the back. Like, she's got a nice weathered look to her. You've got the red striping here on the plating on the legs. Overall, just a really solid... Like, I'd still say the Shigoken is probably my favorite Gipsy Danger figure. But this is, I think, a more reasonable close second for a lot of people, because that figure was expensive and is currently still really expensive to get a hold of. I'd say more so now. Ooh, I just noticed it's got some silver here on the bottom, right around the waist too. Now I'm trying to see. I'm imagining, because it is a small detail, you get a little red spot there. But if it had the bomber girl anywhere, but I'm not noticing it. You even get some red and whites here on the shoulders too. So I want to say it was like somewhere on the chest. Yeah. But not 100%. Alright, so articulation. Head can move side to side. You can get a little bit of a wiggle. Actually, it's pretty decently posable for the most part. Granted, you're not going to get too crazy because the plating here does get in the way, but it'll definitely do the job nicely. For the arms, go forward about that far. Backwards. Actually, getting backwards is pretty decent. Why can't I get it forward? Okay, I guess I can get it more up forward, just anywhere. Also, this is on its own ball joint, so you get a bit of wiggle there. Not too much in and out. That's about as far as you can get that armpit going. Get a rotation at the bicep. Single jointed elbow, but this is on a ball joint, so you can also wiggle this around, rotate it. For the actual arm, same gist. Kinda. This one's definitely a little tight, but nice wiggle to it. Same with the hand, also on the ball joint. It's a little bit of wiggle, rotates all the way around. For the chest, not decently back. Not too crazy. A little bit forward. A little bit of a rotation. Legs can go outwards. Not that far. The plating does get in the way there. But you do get a rotation at the top of the thigh here. Decent forward kick. Also really nice back kick, because one thing about Gipsy, there isn't that much booty action hanging out back here. And then double jointed knee, so that it does bend in all the way. Then for the feet, around the ball joint. So you can rotate these all the way around, and a little bit forward and back, and some articulation. Actually, a lot of articulation at the toes. And for some quick comparisons, here is the Ultimate Gipsy Danger compared to some of my other favorite Gipsy Dangers in my collection, with the 18-inch tall NECA Gipsy Danger and the Sola Shigoken Gipsy, which is actually still just one of my favorite things in my collection period. And here is next to some other NECA Pacific Rim Jaeger figures with Striker Eureka and the Hong Kong Battle Gipsy Danger. Or Hong Kong Brawl. Something. HKB? I will say though, the paint apps are definitely different between the two, especially like you can see the Reactor. This one's painted, this one's plastic because of the translucent. but the coloring on the armor and the visor are definitely a lot more of a contrast on the Ultimate. Same with the gunmetals are much more shiny on this one. And that's pretty much the primary difference. Like, you get a couple extra little paint details. Like, you get the little caution tape sticker thing there, but you can see like the back's more painted on the Ultimate version. And then the stripe pattern's actually different too, now that I'm noticing it. So definitely a bit of an improvement over the paint app between the original, what I would say, best Gipsy Danger, and current. Here's some NECA Pacific Rim kaijus with the concept version of Trespasser, which is Axehead, and I keep wanting to just say, because freaking Arnez in the old videos kept calling him Itachi, like the Naruto character, but it's Otachi. Anyways, moving on. Here's next some of the legendary action figures. Well, this one from NECA, which is the poster 2019 Godzilla, and the robot spirits Gipsy Avenger. Here's with some Gundam Universe figures with the Sandrock Gundam from Gundam Wing and the Charzaku from Mobile Suit Gundam. So overall for the NECA Ultimate Gipsy Danger, this is easily the ultimate Gipsy Danger to get in the NECA line. If you guys are still able to get a hold of one for a reasonable price. I picked mine up for, I think I got off them for $40, which I thought was a really good deal. Because I know it creeps up. Like, I think, because it was 30 originally, so 60 is kind of where I'd want to fall at. Anything higher than that, be kind of pushing it, because at that point, if you're spending that much money, I still think the 18-inch one is a really sweet figure. Just if you're looking for just like a cool, imposing Gipsy Danger figure, it's still a really serviceable one. If you're still looking for the best Gipsy Danger, I'd still say the Shigoken is the one you're going to be wanting to acquire. Next to, after that figure, you'd be going statues. And then it still just jumps up extravagantly after that, where I feel like the Shigoken still does the job nicely. Because if I'm going to go bigger, I might as like the NECA will do a really good job for you. But this is definitely more for the Monster Arts collector, the NECA Godzilla collectors, Bandai vinyls. Like, this is the Gipsy Danger. If you guys are into Pacific Rim, you probably need for your collection. But what do you guys, if you guys picked up this Gipsy Danger, what's your guys' favorite Gipsy Danger figure? Or is the Evangelions just more you think? Please let us know in the comments. We also have a Patreon, Pinterest, Instagram, and Facebook. Guys, like keep up to date with channel and donate. We greatly appreciate it. Also got an Etsy shop with some beams. We're starting to sell out on some of them, but there still is a few there available. And help us defeat those kaijus by hitting that like button, subscribe, become a ranger today, and see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.